Hello, gorgeous beings. Super excited to be bringing you this quick video on the top 3 things I know that are going to help you, scale and grow your business to 15K months and beyond super fast. Now, I don't know if you can hear, I'm just going to tell you this quickly. You might not be able to see, but anyway, there's a couple of snoring pug puppies right there. So hopefully they're good. While they're here with us. Normally they're shits, and so they're not allowed in my office, but they're chilling with me right now. Anyway, back to you. So I've got my little notes here in front of me because 3 is a big number and I generally can't remember past about 2. So the first thing that I want to talk to you about, all right? And this is real, you guys. These are genuinely the top 3 things. I sat down and I fucking thought about this and I was like, what are the biggest needle movers, Because my job as a business coach, right? And me just as a decent human being, with a bunch of information rolling around in my head, I just want to, my number 1 goal is to make you as much money as possible, as fast as possible. All right. And so this kind of stuff really can scale and grow you from where you are now. That might be 5K months, that might be 10K months. All right. Up to that 15K. Once you hit 15K months, you're 10K isn't enough anymore. It just isn't, and so 15K gives you that bit of breathing space. It gives you some, financial freedom and lifestyle and, all of those different things. And so these 3 things I'm giving you right now are the big needle movers, as I already said, that will help you scale and grow fast, get you to 15K months in under 90 days. Then we're laughing. All right. So the first thing, bear with me on this one. Hands up if you've ever done, niching and avatar and boring things like that. Please don't go anywhere. You stay right there. Stay right there. I'm just going to simplify it in 2 things. I'm going to simplify it in 2 things and you'll see why it's so important right now, all right? Big breath, everybody. If your marketplace is broad, then your messaging must be narrow. And if your messaging is broad, then your marketplace must be narrow. That's it. All right. That is the fucking hot ticket to understanding niching and avatar. Broad marketplace, narrow messaging, or decide the other way. Broad messaging, narrow marketplace. So I just use myself as a really easy example, you guys, today. But clearly, we do this with all of my clients and stuff like that. So my marketplace is coaches. It's actually a really broad marketplace because if I was to niche that down further, it could be spiritual coaches, it could be addiction coaches, it could be fitness coaches, it could be, health, money, mindset, relationship, any of them, right? However, I really like coaches, all of you. I love all of you. So I just want to work with all of you. And that's okay. All right. So if I want to work with all the different coaches, because that really lights me up, business coaches as well, and things like that, then, my messaging and the way in which that I help coaches, right, to land dream online clients now or to create, launch and fill high ticket offers. That's what we used to, do a lot more of. It's narrow. All right. The way in which I help coaches is narrow. Now, if I was I want to help people in business. All right. So that's a broad messaging. Business is broad messaging. So I would have to narrow that down in terms of the marketplace, which would be something like, helping, let's say, health coaches, something like that, or helping spiritual coaches, to scale and grow their business. All right. So it's a niche market with a broader message, business. Okay. Does that make sense, everyone? So I just gave you an example of both ways. Hopefully that makes sense. Alrighty. So there's that. That's the first thing. So just do a little bit of a diagnostic on yourself. Be like, yep, okay, that makes sense. Do I have, because this is normally what happens, broad marketplace, broad messaging. Come one, come all. Let me help you with everything. I'm the one-stop shop of fitness and nutrition and mindset and, and spirituality and all the different things, right? For women 25 to 65. That is not a niche, all right? So you have to narrow it down. Let's give you a bit of a reason as to why, and then we'll move on to the next thing. The reason is that if you speak to many people, no one hears you. If you speak to one person, then many hear you, all right? That's why it's important, because the broader you are, if you are broad in your messaging, broad in your, marketplace, then you never become the go-to expert in your field in anything. All right. It is the difference in, being paid like a general, what is it? Like a GP, general practitioner, right? Just the standard old doctor, go and get your, you know, script because you got the flu again, or going to a specialist who is going to fucking crack open your chest and, you know, work on your heart. There is a reason they get paid way more, right? You want to be the specialist, okay? And that's the little key to it. Broad marketplace, niche messaging, or broad messaging, niche marketplace. Your choice, all right? That's number one. Oh my God, let's get into number two. Number two is irresistible offers. Okay, so once you understand, shit, I've got to have whatever I have, broad messaging, niche, the thing we just talked about for like 5 minutes, you're welcome. Then the second piece that is like the addition to that, these stack onto one another, right? It's like the second piece to that is then creating yourself an irresistible offer, all right? Now, not creating yourself an offer, right? Not just creating an offer and just hoping that people come and join. You actually have to understand how to craft an irresistible offer, all right? Now, there are actually 7 pieces to an irresistible offer. I'm actually going to give you 2 today. That's not to hold back by any means. I mean, a little bit, we don't have the time for me to give you all 7, but I want to give you the 2 that I think are kind of like the most important. Some of them like guarantees and different things like that. Like there's all sorts of different things that, you know, to make the 7 pieces of an irresistible offer. But the 2 that people generally said with love fuck up is number 1, actually the first one, which is literally like the benefit. Like what is an irresistible benefit that you can throw in? I'm just going to use myself as an example again. It's just very easy. Sorry, you guys. So we've just created a program called Dream Online Clients Now. If you've seen that we've got that case study going on, reach out. Like, you know, if you want to jump in our case study program, you know, to help you land Dream Online Clients Now. Anyway, we're not doing an upsell. However, with that, you know, you come and join the program, and the bonus that we are adding to that is an entire year of business mentoring, of high-level business mentoring, not just fucking business mentoring. I'm talking daily support and access. I'm talking weekly, multiple times a week, access to workshops and, you know, a variety of coaches being able to be there in real time, you know, Zooming and all the rest of it, helping you out. Like 365, you know, like 52 weeks of a year, like all the rest of it, an entire 12 months of high level, high touch point business mentoring, right? To handhold you every step of the way. All right. And I could go on about everything else that we've put in there. This is what makes it so fucking irresistible. It's like, come and join this for like the most sprinkling ridiculous. My mentors think that I'm a fucking nutbag, tried to talk me out of creating this program because it is so accessible, right? Plus, you know, this extensive like benefit that is beyond anything you could possibly imagine, right? And then of course it's like, it's a fucking no-brainer. Like people are just like, oh my God, like shut up and take my money. Shut up and, you know, like let me join, all right? How do I apply? And so if you understand that, again, look at your deals and offers right now and be like, well, what does make this any different? Like one, what does make me, you know, what makes me different in the marketplace and what am I specifically helping with? You know, number 1, right? Marketplace messaging, that thing we just talked about. Number 2, it's like, okay, now that we know these 2 pieces and we're being more specific and we can speak even more to, you know, our most ideal client, how can we make our deal and offer so fucking juicy that it is a no-brainer for them to come and join? That it's somehow different and amazing and whatever that may be, like a little bit, yes, in comparison to your competition. Ain't nobody got time for a basic bitch, right? Like we just don't. Like we've got to be more than vanilla. And so this is a way to do it. And so what I see go wrong far too often in irresistible offers is that we miss like the fuck yes most, you know, extensive benefit, all right? It's not about throwing in the kitchen sink, and I could go on a rant about that, but I think you guys kind of get it. The other piece to irresistible offers that I want to touch on out of the 7 pieces is the one that actually everybody misses. It's actually the one everybody misses. You need to be able to communicate to your marketplace there's a word, hang on, everybody wait for me while my brain kicks in again. Cost, there it is. See, it's on my piece of paper. The cost of inaction. All right, you need to ensure that you can communicate clearly, the cost of inaction. Well, what does that even mean, right? It's one thing to be like, come and join and it's going to be amazing and it's so good and all the different things and here is the result that you get. What happens if they don't come and do that now, right? And the more that we can actually now, because the marketplace has shifted, that's a video for another day, but the more that you can in fact communicate communicate to the frustrations, the very now frustrations that your ideal clients are laying awake at night thinking, if you can speak to those things better than they could almost speak to them themselves and speak to them in their language about it so it lands between the conversation that they are having between their ears, then speak to those frustrations and they will actually, in fact, unconsciously attribute you to the solution as well. Okay. And that's why crafting an irresistible offer is actually really important. It's more important than just going, I'm going to create an offer, and then putting it out there and then being really disheartened when nobody reaches out or wants to jump on the phone with you or things like that. Right. And I think it's really important, as a bit of a segue really to, number 3 is that you've got to understand that, coaching is one skill set. Whatever it is that you're already a fucking badass in, I believe you, you're a human of integrity. You're a coach, which means you fucking love hard on people. We get to transform lives for a living. It's crazy, and how awesome is that through our variety of vehicles. But the thing is, you could be the best fucking coach in the world, and if nobody knows who you are, then it doesn't matter. And that's so unfortunate because you're so talented, and I don't want you, to, fall off into oblivion, right? Coaching is one skill set, business is another. Coaching is one skill set, business is another, all right? And that brings me to number 3. I'm a business coach, you guys. I'm going to fucking say what I think number 3 is. It is get yourself some expert support. Can you just go out there and get yourself some expert support? All right. Don't get me wrong. I understand the climate that we are in right now. And again, I could go on a massive rant train about this because I know that there has been, within the coaching industry and within business coaching, us, not you guys. You guys, the coaches, you're fine. But business coaches, I don't know. I feel like we've done some people a little bit dirty, and maybe not me, human of integrity, right? However, I get people coming to me that are saying Skye, I've learned more in an hour or a week or, a month with you than I have with my other business coaches that I forked out, squillions of dollars for over the last year. That makes me sad. All right. I don't want that for you. I don't want that for anyone. There is enough, success in this world for us all to win. And so, number 1, you got to understand, the marketplace that you're playing in. And, that might not be your original skill set. You're probably just a really fucking caring person. And I say you're probably just, let's take away just. You are a fucking caring person. That is awesome, and you get to take that to the world. Fuck yes to that. You're amazing, all right? But we want to be able to take it to the marketplace in a way that the marketplace can hear us, all right? And to understand that, and then to have an irresistible offer that has potential clients, lining up to take action is a whole other ball game. Excuse my language, I'm stumbling over my words now. I'm so excited. Is a whole other fucking ball game in its own right, and you've got to understand that. And so if business is not your first love, you can hear that I'm super fucking passionate about it, right? If business is not your main skill set, then please, number 3, go out there and get help from somebody of integrity who can actually help you, with, testimonials and qualifications and all the different things, all right? And, for us here, within my organization, because of all of those things that I just said that I'm so fucking sick of seeing, I'm sick of seeing, coaches struggle from 0 to 15K. It shouldn't be as hard as it fucking feels right now, right? That's the first thing. I'm sick of hearing from other coaches that they've gone to other business programs where they've, paid an arm and a leg in their firstborn child and had to remortgage their house and still fucking got no results and they're still paying it off. Wow, you can hear I'm so annoyed by all of this right now within the climate, which is exactly why we are fucking blowing up the industry and we are completely disrupting things with Dream Online clients. That little program I was talking about a minute ago, our case study, alrighty, making it super cheap, super fucking accessible. And I'm then throwing in, my greatest asset, which is not money. Let me tell you, my greatest asset is my fucking time. marrying you, right? If you want to come and join us. Otherwise, go get yourself some help somewhere else, but you just need to get help, because if that is not your skill set, then lean into people who have gone before you and have the success that it is that you want to build. So look, that's it from me. They're my top 3 things, that are going to move your business forward now, get you from 0 or 5K or 10K, get you to the comfort level of 15. The next financial bracket is 15 to 30, and that's a whole other ball game again, but you've got to lock in those 15K months first so you stop living in feast and famine. I love you guys. So much love from me and Pulsar and Nebula, the pug puppies. Bye.